So by the time I started internship, I had kind of missed my slot. So I offered, knowing fully well that I was going to have some problems with the niqab and all of that. By that time, I had made up my mind that I wasn't going to remove this niqab anymore. I was going to do it full time. I just had to look for, somewhere that was going to accommodate me. So with that in mind, I took a post where they weren't going to pay me. They were just going to let me do my internship, and I was going to forfeit my salary. Okay. And so I got a place like that, and I started doing that with my niqab. And then I think 3 months down the line, one of the medical director of the hospital, who hadn't been around when I, took this deal, he came and he saw me and he just flipped out and he's like, I can't permit this. This is not allowed. This is not professional. And this is this. And, wow. And he made such a ruckus that I ultimately had to leave the job. SubhanAllah. So I left. I mean, there was a bit of dragging out, and he, tried to embarrass me and tried to shame me and tried to intimidate me into removing my niqab. But I'd made up my mind at that point that I wasn't doing that anymore. When I was a student, I could say, okay, yeah, because I was a student. But now I'm a doctor. You can't take my certificate away from me. I'm just going to have to find, somewhere that this will work for me. So I left. And then I had to look for somewhere in the northern part of Nigeria where there are a lot more Muslims. Ironically, they tend not to have people in niqab too, at least not back then in 2005. But I mean, they were Muslims and they were a little bit more sympathetic towards my eccentricity, so to speak, because that's how they viewed it. It wasn't really part of their culture. So I was able to do my 1 year, my internship there. And then after that, once I'd fully registered and all of that, and I came back home to my own part of Nigeria, I just started looking for opportunities in places where, from the outset, I'm like, I'm fully covered Muslim woman. Is that going to be a problem? I mean, so you have to pass up on a couple of opportunities. You have to be willing to take something. But ultimately, alhamdulillah, I was able to get a place in Nigeria, and I stayed there for about 2 to 3 years. And then one of my uncles informed me about a job opening in Saudi Arabia, and I moved here in 2010, and I've been in Saudi Arabia ever since. So here in Saudi Arabia, alhamdulillah, it's not an issue, and everybody's, covered and all of that. So alhamdulillah.